Alright everybody, Larry Vela here.
I'm Abe.
And we have Star Wars Legion unboxing here for you. We have the Rebel Fleet Troopers unit expansion. This is the first of the kind of core units for the Rebels that is new. Here's the box. Looks all nice. Flip it over. As you can tell, you actually get a full squad in this one. So we have 7.
Yep.
7 guys in this one. All the cards, tokens, and everything. So you've seen that. We're going to open this guy up.
And these are going to be the Fleet Troopers that you see at the beginning of A New Hope, for instance.
Yep.
Or at the end of Rogue One.
Guys who Darth Vader likes to kill.
Yeah, not the luckiest unit.
All right.
In fact, I don't know if there's a unit that's more known for just getting murdered in Star Wars.
I mean, Stormtroopers.
The Stormtroopers aren't known for they're known for having bad accuracy.
Okay, so we're going to get everything out here, and then we're going to open up our instructions / contents that we get with every Legion. So
this comes with 7 models, 1 Fleet Trooper Commander, Unit Leader, a Fleet Trooper with an MPL-57 Barrage, a Fleet Trooper with a Scattergun, and then 4 regular Fleet Troopers.
All right. Yep. Okay, we're going to get that and put it off to the side. And then, of course, we have a big bag of bases. You all know what those are. There are 7 of them. We got the miniatures right here. We're going to open those up, and let's see what we got here. So, if you look for, these I believe are all different.
So this is going to be the commander here.
Pull that over here. Give them to him. These guys are, in general, 3 to 4 pieces. Almost all of these guys are, you have the main body, you have a separate head, and then you have 1 or 2 arms based on the models.
So you can see there's the commander, and he comes with his head, which goes on there. And
trying to find guys who actually have different weapons for you. Here is one of the special weapons. I'm going to put this guy together right here for you live.
See, there's the commander there.
That guy's pretty good.
Giving his orders.
Giving his orders. Over here, I have one of the special troopers. This guy has the big blaster.
Yeah, that's the Barrage.
Yep, and you can see it's being held kind of across his body, and then the other arm is the brace that goes right.
And these are all really solid models.
Like that.
Lots of good detail. The faces are really detailed, and
special weapon trooper
are nice.
Okay. You have the commander right there.
I really like this model. It's got a lot of good detail on it and a nice pose.
Commander, and then look at that guy. You can grab one of those 2, and I'll be assembling these guys. We have another trooper right here. See, this guy has 3 pieces, 4. We have a main body. They have that big distinctive Fleet Trooper helmet that you see at the start of all the Star Wars. It goes on like that. These things are notched, and they, as you can see there, so the arms do go in a particular direction like that. You can't. There's a guy who's firing forward. His other arm. What these guys tend to have is, if you look at them, the gun will the firing arm has a little notch right there, and then the secondary arm actually slots in to the weapon, and then this notch over here goes into the shoulder. So it's a 2-piece, so it goes like that, and then into the shoulder like that, and you end up, when you're done, with a nice figure that looks like that. Standard trooper right there. Looks good. And as Abe was saying, detail on these is actually pretty good. It's sharp, it's crisp. Not seeing any mold lines on this guy. Solid miniature.
A lot of details in the pants too. Here we've got the Scattergun Trooper here. He's 4 parts, 2 arms, the head. I put them together already, and the torso. And he's kind of got his giant shotgun scattergun thing here, where he's just going to be shooting at you. Again, I like that there's a variety of poses. This guy's kind of braced himself to fire, as you might expect, firing a big scattergun down a hallway.
Yep.
So that's them.
And then I have another sample one. We're not going to show you every last one of these guys, but they are all different. Nice. We have a guy here. This is a 3-part model. He got his main body there, and then his other arm, as you can see, once again notched. And it only goes one way. And the notch is going to go like that. And that gives you a guy kind of in this kind of cautious firing pose. Compared to the standard Rebel Troopers who come in the box set, the Fleet Troopers, as you can tell, they have different guns, kind of one-handed blasters. And there's that guy.
All right. So let's get into the actual troopers themselves and what they do.
Yep. What do these guys actually do?
What's so special about
seen a good survey of the miniatures. This is what comes in this set. I'm gonna take all this guy out. Let's see what we got here. Come on, Star Wars Legion. Come on, Fleet Troopers.
So as usual with any FFG game, we've got your token.
There you go. Put that in there.
These are all just generic tokens. Nothing unique to them. You have your command token. The only thing that's unique is the proof of purchase. So if you want to collect your proof of purchases for some reason,
you can.
Yep. That's
and then over here, this is what you actually came for. Here's the cards. So we have our Fleet Trooper card. I'll put that right there. And then you have a whole bunch of upgrades. So we have upgrades. Put these guys right here. We have upgrades, and then we have the actual unit upgrades right there.
So Fleet Troopers are a close-range counterpart to the regular Rebel Troopers. They come in a base unit of 4. They're 11 points each, so it's a 44-point unit. They come with a trooper upgrade, a heavy weapon upgrade, a grenade upgrade slot, and an equipment upgrade slot. They come with the special rule is Ready, which is after you perform a standby action, they gain an aim token. So these guys are really good at, surprise, surprise, waiting for people to come through a door and shoot them as they come through, which is great. I love that Legion is able to capture that. That's the iconic scene of the Fleet Troopers, is them waiting in front of the door, taking aim, and waiting for that to happen, and that's what they do. So they get that special rule. They have a white defense dice, just like the regular Rebel Troopers. 1 hit point, 1 morale. So not tough unit at all. They do have both an offensive and defensive surge, which is great for them. Their movement too, and then for attacks they have an unarmed black dice attack, just like most infantry has in the game so far. And then what sets them apart from, say, the regular Rebel Troopers is they've got a short range. Their DH-11 blaster pistol is only 1 to 2 range,
very short,
which is shorter than the 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 we've seen. But it's got 2 white dice. So these guys, for instance, looking at them compared to like a Stormtrooper, they have the same attack dice, white dice, but they get twice as many shots at a shorter range.
Sure.
So this is a volume of fire unit to get in there and just throw out a lot of dice. You can, of course, add an additional Fleet Trooper for 11 points to bump it up to a 5-man squad. And then you can add 1 of 2 heavy weapon choices to support the squad. At 23 points, you can add that scattergun we were showing off. That gives the squad an additional attack at 1 to 2, which is a 2 red dice. So it buffs them up with a little more damage. More importantly, though, they get Pierce 1, which is when they're attacking, they cancel up to 1 of the enemy defense successes. So if you throw that in there, as long as you get a hit through, the enemy's going to take a model loss. That's really great for like punching through Stormtrooper armor, which is pretty tough, and just putting the extra pain onto the enemy. And a fairly cheap upgrade to add some extra lethality to the unit. And they've also got the MPL-57 Barrage Trooper. This is a 33-point upgrade and has a couple cool abilities. It gives you a range 1 to 3 attack, which is a black dice and 2 white dice. You do have to exhaust the card to use it, however. So this is kind of a big grenade it can launch, and then it gets blast, so it ignores cover, and impact 2, which is great for anti-tank. So this gives the unit a bit of anti-tank ability there. They can put some pain on them and ignore cover. It's all really useful there. Then they do come with impact grenades and grappling hooks. These are things we've seen before. Pretty much every core unit in the game comes with these cards. So that's the Fleet Troopers. They're a cheap, close-range infantry unit for the Rebels.
All right, and that takes care of that. We have Snow Troopers from Star Wars Legion. Finally, something that's not Stormtroopers.
Yeah, it's different troopers, but I mean, what do you expect?
I mean, they are Stormtroopers.
They are,
but they're Stormtroopers who like it cold.
Cold weather troopers.
That's right. Okay, so we got that. Take that over. There's our picture right there, as you can see. So, 7 model unit. We got there they all are. What it comes with, all the tokens. Let's just get right into that. These guys look cool.
Yeah, no, they're very cool. And they said this is
that a flamethrower?
They do have a flamethrower.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Because no one in the winter expects flamethrowers.
I agree.
Is basically the explanation.
And cooks your food and keeps you
yeah,
warm.
they're like, in the winter, no one is prepared to fight flamethrowers, which isn't really true because insulation works against many types of things, but, you know, whatever.
All right, so this is what's in there.
Yep.
All right.
Most importantly, we've got 7 bases.
A big pack of bases.
Yep. All right.
There you go.
You saw those.
There you go. Everyone knows what those are, and they're gray. Okay, so we have the, here's the actual detailed. We have the card that comes with every Star Wars Legion. This gives you a little more detail what exactly is in here. So first of all, what we're seeing is that these guys are primarily 4-part miniatures.
Yes.
Wait, are they all 4-part miniatures? I think they are.
I do think they are all 4-part miniatures.
So these guys basically have the torso and like their cape part, their coat, and then legs go up into the torso, and then both of the arms. Yeah. So we have what comes in here.
We got a unit leader. We've got 4 regular stormtroopers. We've got a flame trooper. And then we have a T7 Ion Snow Trooper.
And then at the bottom, you get all the tokens.
Yeah.
All right, so we've seen that. Okay, so now that you've seen that, and you saw pictures of them on the box, let's go into some of these miniatures in a little more detail. We'll get these tokens and get back to them in a second. I'll let Abe kind of grab. Okay, Abe, go poke around in there and let's see who we can find here. Right. This is definitely a flame trooper, so I'm going to build that guy. And then this just looks like a normal trooper. I'll build him, and then you go with the sergeant, and then the Ion guy.
Yeah, let's see where is this sergeant.
All right, so while Abe is taking a look at those guys, we're gonna get this guy, because this is the guy who I know you want to see right here, the flame trooper. This guy, because he looks cool. We're gonna build him for you guys right now. All right, there he is, 4 parts, as we talked about. There is the main part, that is the torso with the helmet. They have that cool backpack and the coat. They have the legs. As all Star Wars Legion miniatures are, these things have a very specifically designed little kind of locking key system for the parts, so the legs go right into there. No problem at all. And then we have that arm. That arm, you can see they have the holes are different shaped. And ooh, as you can see, that is super cool. So first of all, we're going to get this guy, and he has this. Oh, check that out. So he's got the flamethrower and has this big tube. The tube goes into the back to that hole on the backpack. And that goes right there. I am liking this guy already. And that goes in there like that. Check that out. Okay, that is really cool. And then the secondary arm goes right here. And it looks like it has, I get it, it has a handle. Right, he has a handle, and that handle basically, attaches to the top of the flamethrower. So what we end up is a guy who looks like that. Look at that. 4 parts. I mean, this is just press fit if you actually take, 2 minutes to do a better job with glue and everything, but that is pretty sweet. All right, there's the flame trooper. There's the flame guy right there. All right,
the
Abe,
flame trooper's great.
what do you got?
So I've gone ahead and put together the sergeant here. Like the flame trooper, he came in 4 parts. His legs are 1, and then his arms pop off. And you can see this is going to be your Stormtrooper squad leader. He is clearly designated that because he has binoculars, or macro binoculars, on a strap there. So he's got a little extra equipment to show he's the commander, and he's also giving an order. He's pointing over there.
You also know he's a commander because he's not pointing that gun. He's
ordering his guys over there.
He's like, can you all shoot those people?
I really love the big trench coats, the great coats that these guys have. I also love that they have these kind of big cold weather backpacks for additional, warmth or equipment or something in there. So these guys just look bulkier and warmer, and that's just a really solid model. There's a lot of good detail, and not any kind of like mold lines or anything like that. Really great.
All right. I have just a default Snow Trooper, so you can see standard gun like the Stormtroopers have. Same thing, 4 parts. We have the head and the torso. The legs go into it, and then we have this arm, and then with the gun. And the second arm, as we've seen on some of the other kits, is double pegged. It has the peg that goes to the shoulder, and then it doesn't have a hand. It has a little hollow there, and that plugs into the hand that is part of the gun piece. So you end up with your 4 pieces. Same thing. Guys look great. The detail on this is crisp. The backpack is really nice. Tons of detail all over that guy. I'm liking it. All right, so there's your normal standard Snowtrooper. Oh, what does Abe got? He's got something neat over there. Let's see what we got.
This is going to be the Ion Rifle Trooper.
Okay.
And you can see again, he's going to be 4 parts with his feet and then each of the arms.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the big ion rifle. And I really like this guy's pose. Like he's kind of doing.
Right. He's like marching forward, firing.
Right. It's like that very like kind of tactical advance, like you see like John Wick, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if you watch like Keanu Reeves
do
that like tactical moving around thing,
yeah,
it kind of really looks like that. So this guy's really kind of a nice, crisp, dynamic pose going forward with the ion rifle and just shooting up vehicles or whatever. So. It's a really cool, nice little addition and a nice weapon that we'll take a look at in a minute.
Okay, so those are just some samples of the models. There are still 3 others that are just like the default Snowtrooper I showed you.
All are a little different, though, of course.
We get all of our cards. Yes, they are. They are different. FFG, Legion products. So of course you're going to get your piece of cardboard with all your default tokens and your proof of purchase. Don't forget that.
And you do get a nice ion token on there too.
That's true. And then let's take a look at what you all are actually here for, which is the cards. Right. Okay, so we got Snowtroopers right there. We have an expansion. We got another expansion. We have our weapons right here, and then we have our kind of equipment unit upgrade cards. And we will let Abe take it from here and tell you what is going on.
So Snowtroopers are going to have a lot of similarities to Stormtroopers, which makes sense because they're just Stormtroopers with some extra equipment. They're coming in a base of squad of 4 at 48 points, so they're 12 points a squad. They have a trooper upgrade, a heavy weapon trooper upgrade, an equipment upgrade, and a grenade upgrade slot. They lose the precise ability that normal Stormtroopers have that makes them better at aiming, and they gain the steady ability, which is after you perform a move action, you perform a free ranged attack action.
Huh. Okay.
Now these guys are only move 1 rather than move 2, so they're a slower unit, but they can move twice and shoot, basically.
Right,
or
okay.
aim and then move and fire. So while not as good at a dead sprint, for instance, as Stormtroopers, they do have a lot more flexibility in that they can effectively take 3 actions in a turn.
Can you move and fire twice?
You can only fire once.
Okay.
So you can only take an attack action once, but because of that, they can move and fire, move, aim, and fire.
Sure.
Dodge, move, and fire. They have a lot of cool abilities that they can do there. They have 1 hit point, 1 morale, and a red defense dice, and then they do have an offensive surge. So still a tough unit overall. They, just like Stormtroopers, they have the unarmed attack melee, which is the black dice, and then they have E11 blaster rifles, which are ranged 1 to 3 and white dice. So they're not a crazy offensive unit based on their normal thing on the normal dice, but they are pretty mobile despite their slow speed. You can, of course, give them an extra Snowtrooper for 12 points, bumping them out to 5, and then they can take 1 of the 2 heavy weapon troopers we saw. So the Flame Trooper, which I personally love, is a 20-point heavy weapon trooper upgrade. He gives you a flame throw attack. So this is similar to the Rebel AT. RT flamethrower, a little weaker, but it's infantry rather than a tank. So it basically gives you a range 1 attack. That's 1 black dice and blast, so it ignores cover. However, you get to roll 1 dice for every model in the target unit within range.
Very nice.
So this is a great weapon for rolling up on a unit of 6 Rebel Troopers and just hitting them with 6 black dice plus the normal attacks from your unit and really laying into them. So this is a deadly weapon, and at 20 points, it's not that expensive.
No, not really.
Then you can also take the T7 Ion Snowtrooper. He gives you an Ion attack. It's range 1 to 2 attack. It gives you a black dice and 2 white dice. You don't have to exhaust the card to use it. But it gives you impact and ion in that attack. So this is a great way of shutting down enemy vehicles. So if you want to put some extra hurt and limit the mobility of, say, the Snowspeeder, you can start putting pain on that. Or if you fight other Imperials a lot and want an easy way for your infantry to deal with ATSTs and to kind of slow them down, you can do that. Ion is a really powerful ability in the game, and this is the only way the Imperials can get it right now. Then you do get the grappling hook and impact grenade upgrades that every core unit has come with so far. So those are upgrades you can take as well. And that's it for the Snowtroopers.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.